From the Margarita to the old-fashioned, we're ranking the world's most popular classic cocktails. From the ones that miss the mark to the ones that never fail. 15. Long Island Iced Tea. If chaos had a cocktail, this would be it. The Long Island Iced Tea promises refreshment and delivers a five-spirit ambush disguised as soda. Born in the 1970s America and adopted by Aussie party bars everywhere, it's more an experiment in ethanol tolerance than flavorcraft. Cola, citrus, triple sec, gin, vodka, rum, tequila. It's a recipe that screams, let's skip to the regret. On paper, it sounds powerful. In the glass, it's a sugary hurricane that numbs more than it delights. The problem isn't the potency, it's the personality. Every sip feels like static, all noise and no nuance. When it's balanced, a rare miracle, you get a faint citrus lift and faint caramel sweetness. Most times, though, it's just liquefied hangover with ice cubes. It's a pub staple because it gets the job done, fast. But in a ranking about taste and craft, this one's last call came decades ago. 14. Sex on the Beach. Ah, the drink that sounds more fun than it tastes. Born in the 1980s during the neon cocktail craze, Sex on the Beach is all about illusion, fruity colors, cheeky names, and sugar hiding behind peach schnapps. You'll find it on every laminated menu from Gold Coast backpacker bars to suburban RSLs. But when the ice melts and the nostalgia fades, it's really just fruit cordial in a martini glass. Vodka, peach, orange, cranberry, it should sing, but it slurs. The sweetness buries any freshness, leaving a sticky finish that belongs in a candy shop, not a cocktail bar. Sure, it's playful, it's nostalgic, and it photographs beautifully under pink lights, but it's also one-dimensional. Drinkers love it for the vibe, not the taste. For those chasing memories of carefree summers and dance floors, it still hits that sentimental note. But in a serious flavor lineup, this one's coasting on its name alone. 13. Bloody Mary. The eternal hangover gamble, genius or disaster in a glass. The Bloody Mary is as divisive as pineapple on pizza and just as passionately defended. Tomato juice, Worcestershire sauce, Tabasco, vodka, lemon, celery salt, one too many tweaks and you're sipping salad dressing. When made right, it's invigorating, spicy, oddly grounding. When made wrong, it's a liquid crime scene. In pubs, this cocktail struggles for context. It's brunch royalty trying to survive in a beer-splattered battleground. Australian pubs rarely have the prep time or the patience for a proper stir, which means you're either getting a gourmet masterpiece or a chunky, lukewarm tomato soup. The Bloody Mary thrives when there's time to craft, taste, and balance. But when speed replaces skill, the flavors turn muddy and oversalted. It's a great idea stranded in the wrong setting, fascinating, unpredictable, but better suited to daylight and jazz brunch than Saturday pub chaos. 12. Piña Colada. If you like getting caught in the rain, you probably also like ordering piña coladas in bars that hate making them. Creamy, nostalgic, and endlessly tropical, the piña colada once ruled holiday resorts and hotel lobbies. But in the Aussie pub ecosystem, it's a fish out of water, or rather a coconut out of context. Pineapple juice, coconut cream, and rum can create something rich and decadent, or a sugary swamp with the texture of regret. The problem isn't the recipe, it's the reality. Pub blenders get overworked, coconut cream curdles under ice, and bartenders rush the shake to keep up with beer orders. The result? A grainy, uneven texture and sweetness that overstays its welcome. Yet when someone takes the time, fresh juice, proper shake, chilled glass, it's paradise reborn. The piña colada is a lesson in patience. Brilliant in theory, clumsy in practice, and always a gamble on whether the bar believes in vacations. 11. Mojito. The mojito should be perfection in a glass. Mint, lime, sugar, rum, soda, sunshine. Yet few drinks fall from grace faster when done wrong. The mojito's curse is its fragility. Too much mint? It tastes like toothpaste. Too little? It's just lime water with a sugar problem. Add in rushed muddling and cheap rum, and the result is often chaos disguised as refreshment. When made with care, it's a revelation. Cool, crisp, and quietly complex. You taste the rhythm of Havana, herbal freshness, light rum hum, the kiss of carbonation. But in crowded Aussie pubs where mint leaves are rationed like currency, the mojito rarely gets its due. Bartenders groan when it's ordered, knowing it eats precious minutes in a rush. It's not a bad cocktail, it's just one that doesn't belong in the speed lane. On its best day, it's summer in a glass. On its worst, it's a leafy mess that reminds you balances everything. If your favorite drink already showed up, don't panic. We've still got 10 left to climb. Hit that like button, drop your go-to order in the comments, and subscribe for more weekly drink debates. Let's see which classic actually earns the crown. 10. Cosmopolitan. Once the icon of 90s nightlife, the Cosmopolitan still enters the room with designer heels and perfect posture. But sometimes she's wearing last season's lipstick. Made famous by Sex and the City, the Cosmo blended fashion with flavor. Vodka, triple sec, cranberry, and lime. When balanced, it's sharp, tart, and dazzling. A pink zinger with purpose. But the problem is, most aren't balanced. One extra splash of cranberry, and suddenly it's cough syrup in a coupe. Too much lime, and it bites back like regret. Still, the drink has cultural immortality. Order one and you're not just drinking, you're participating in a legacy of glossy city nights and confident chaos. In Aussie pubs, though, the Cosmo walks a fine line. Get a bartender who respects ratios, and you're golden. Get one chasing speed over precision, and it's nostalgia served watery. The Cosmo survives on charm, not depth. A reminder that some drinks don't have to be revolutionary, just recognizable and reliable enough to keep coming back when you want to feel a little glamorous again. 9. Whiskey Sour. The whiskey sour is balance incarnate, sweet, sour, strong, and smooth all at once. Born in the 19th century but timeless in temperament, it's the cocktail equivalent of an old friend who's seen your worst nights and still shows up smiling. Bourbon, lemon juice, and sugar syrup, 3 parts simplicity, 1 part showmanship. When shaken properly with enough chill and maybe a foamy egg white crown, it lands like velvet lightning, sharp enough to wake you up, soft enough to make you stay. In pubs, though, it's often treated like a quick pour. Sour mix from a bottle, whiskey of questionable heritage, and no balance check. That ruins the magic. A real whiskey sour is an emotional arc in a glass. The first sip shocks, the second warms, the third feels like a memory. It's a working-class gentleman in cocktail form. Never pretentious, always dependable, and somehow perfect for every mood. It sits here not because it lacks greatness, but because in the wrong hands, it's just lemony whiskey pretending to be poetry. 8. Paloma. If the Margarita is the life of the party, the Paloma is her effortlessly cool cousin who doesn't need to shout to be heard. Tequila, grapefruit, soda, a pinch of salt, that's all. Yet somehow it captures the essence of a summer afternoon. Bright, briny, and endlessly drinkable. The Paloma never overplays its hand. It doesn't need theatrics, salted rims, or sugar clouds. It just wants to quench your thirst and keep you smiling. In Australian pubs, it's becoming a quiet phenomenon. While everyone orders margaritas for show, the Paloma's winning loyalty by being genuinely refreshing. The grapefruit cuts through the heat. The tequila hums in the background like a good melody. It's both casual and sophisticated. Beer drinkers graduate to it. Cocktail lovers respect it. The only risk? Poor soda choice. Flat fizz kills its charm faster than melted ice. But done right, the Paloma proves simplicity can outshine spectacle. It's sunshine with an accent, and you can't help but want another. 7. Martini Gin. Few cocktails demand confidence like a martini. It's all transparency. No mixers to hide behind, no sweetness to save you. Just gin, vermouth, and technique. Ice too warm? It dies. Stir too long? It drowns. But when it's perfect, crystal clear, aromatic, freezing cold, it's not just a drink, it's a performance. The first sip bites, the second seduces, and by the third, you feel like you've joined a secret society of people who understand restraint. In Australian pubs, it's rare to find one that truly nails it. The martini isn't built for chaos, it's built for ceremony. Yet when someone behind the bar takes the time to chill the glass, measure carefully and twist a lemon just right, it's transcendent. The gin's botanicals bloom, the vermouth whispers, and you suddenly get why Hemingway and Bond both worshipped it. But for every great martini, there are three tepid imposters with warm gin and misplaced olives. It earns its mid-tier rank not because it lacks greatness, but because it's too easy to ruin and too rare to find done right. 6. Manhattan. If the martini is clarity, the Manhattan is warmth. It's autumn in a glass. Amber, complex, slightly dangerous. Rye whiskey, sweet vermouth, and bitters. That's the holy trinity. One sip and you're in a jazz club somewhere between confidence and confession. The Manhattan doesn't try to please everyone. It rewards patience and punishes distraction. Stirred, never shaken, it arrives heavy with aroma and old-world swagger. In Australia, it's a quiet favorite among bartenders, the kind of drink they make for themselves after closing. Done well, it's deep, spicy, and structured, the vermouth smoothing the whiskey's edges without stealing its soul. Done poorly, it's syrupy or thin, a hollow imitation of class. Its power lies in proportion. One misstep, and the magic fades. The Manhattan isn't about refreshment, it's about reflection. It invites slow conversation, deliberate sips, and a moment to appreciate craftsmanship. Not flashy, not trendy, but undeniably timeless. For that, it earns its place just outside the top 5. Too serious for the casual crowd, too essential for the list to ignore. 5. Espresso Martini. No drink better captures Australia's nightlife rhythm than the espresso martini, a cocktail that refuses to choose between energy and indulgence. Vodka, espresso, coffee liqueur, and sugar syrup, it's part pick-me-up, part wind-down, perfectly bridging the gap between one last round and let's keep going. Born in London's late 80s club scene but adopted wholeheartedly by Aussies, it's now as common as beer taps on a Friday. When made right, the first sip is magic. Creamy crema on top, bold bitterness below, and a clean, chocolatey finish. But when rushed, it's chaos in disguise. Burnt espresso, cheap liqueur, and limp foam that collapses before the photo hits Instagram. Still, even a mediocre one delivers that jolt of sophistication because it feels like an upgrade. The espresso martini isn't just a drink, it's a cultural habit. It pairs with high heels, dim lights, and late trains home. It's the sound of clinking coupes over electronic music and whispered cheers between strangers. It lands in the middle of this ranking because, while undeniably iconic, its quality swings wildly between transcendent and tragic. When executed with care, it's electric elegance in a glass. When not, it's just cold coffee with vodka wearing makeup. 4. Negroni. Bitterness never tasted this sophisticated. The Negroni is the ultimate paradox. Simple to make, impossible to fake. Equal parts gin, Campari, and sweet vermouth, it's the cocktail that taught the world that flavor isn't about sweetness, it's about balance. Every sip feels like a statement, assertive, elegant, and unapologetically grown up. It's not for beginners, it's for drinkers who've graduated from sugary comfort and learned to appreciate restraint. The first taste can shock you, sharp, herbal, citrusy, bitter enough to demand respect. But give it time, and it unfolds like a slow jazz track, layer after layer of subtle complexity. In Australian pubs, it's quietly becoming the bartender's handshake. If they can stir a Negroni well, they can make anything. No fancy tricks, no smoke machines, just precision and patience. The Negroni's beauty lies in its geometry. Perfect proportions, chilled properly, garnished with a single orange twist. It's timeless, dramatic, and oddly emotional, a cocktail that whispers rather than shouts. It ranks high because it defines taste maturity. The Negroni doesn't chase approval, it earns it. 3. Daiquiri, classic, not frozen. The daiquiri is a masterclass in minimalism, rum, lime, and sugar, nothing more, nothing less. Forget the neon slushy versions that haunt tourist traps. The real daiquiri is a crisp, zesty dance between acidity and sweetness. the kind of balance that bartenders dream about. Created by American miners in Cuba and perfected by Hemingway himself, its simplicity elevated to art. Every element has to be perfect. The lime must be fresh, the sugar measured by instinct, the rum smooth but assertive. One misstep and the harmony collapses. Too sour, it stings. Too sweet, it dulls. But when done right, it's dazzling. Bright, bracing, and gone too soon. In Australian pubs, it's the quiet benchmark, the cocktail that separates true craftsmanship from tourist flair. No glitter, no garnish overkill, just honest flavor and perfect tune. The daiquiri earns its high rank because it never tries to be more than it is. It's the purest expression of what makes a drink great: precision, purpose, and refreshment that hits straight to the soul. The first sip wakes you up, the second makes you fall in love. 2. An old-fashioned. The old-fashioned is where time slows down. A cornerstone of cocktail history, it's proof that refinement doesn't require reinvention, just respect. Whiskey, bitters, sugar, and a twist of orange. That's it. But within that simplicity lies centuries of ritual. Each stir, each slow dissolve of sugar carries the echo of speakeasies, smoke, and quiet confidence. It's not a drink you rush. It's a ceremony. In Australian pubs, it's the gentleman's refuge amid the noise. A drink that invites you to lean back, not lean in. The whiskey leads, warm, oaky, deep, while the bitters whisper and the citrus brightens the finish. Done properly, it's a story told in sips. Sweet at first, bold in the middle, reflective at the end. It's versatile too. Rye for spice, bourbon for comfort, rum for rebellion. But the real power of an old-fashioned isn't in its flavor, it's in its attitude. It tells the world you drink with intention. That's why it lands here. Second only because perfection this stoic can't outshine charisma. 1. Margarita. The margarita is pure joy in liquid form. Tequila, lime, triple sec, and salt. 4 ingredients that somehow capture everything about sunshine, laughter, and celebration. It's not just a cocktail, it's a cultural event. One sip and you're halfway to a beach. The salt rim a reminder that life's sweetest moments need a little edge. The margarita has range. It can be classy, chaotic, frozen, spicy, or classic. But its magic lies in balance. Tart citrus, bright tequila, and the faint sweetness of orange liqueur dancing in harmony. In Australia, it reigns supreme for good reason. It's adaptable, social, and perfect for warm evenings when conversation spills into laughter. A well-made margarita isn't just refreshing, it's liberating. It rewards fresh ingredients and punishes shortcuts. And when a bar nails it, shaken cold, strained smooth, served with care, it's unbeatable. The drink says, let's celebrate, but let's do it right. Whether it's rooftop bars in Sydney or coastal pubs in Perth, the margarita is always welcome, always understood. It's the people's cocktail, friendly, flirty, and endlessly repeatable. That's why it takes the crown, the perfect mix of fun, flavor, and universal appeal.